This is Ken Nagrod, and I'm going to show a test of the Incra TS-LS 32 positioner, because I too was having an issue when I had the fence lined up to the right miter slot. It felt like it was changing on me each time I would move the Incra positioner back and forth. Just felt like a little bit of movement, not much. So instead of relying on my finger, going back to a piece of equipment I used in my engine building days, and this is an extremely accurate digital dial indicator, Fowler-Silvac Ultra Digit Mark IV. Measures to the 100,000th of an inch. And I think this is a good setup I've got here. It's all zeroed out right now. And I've selected an arbitrary number of 9 inches on the LS positioner to use. And you can see that on the steel scale, not the outer two scales, the middle scale. Okay, now you can see this is in the fully locked position, straight up and down, and we are reading 0. This happens to be mounted to a Delta Unisaw, not that it really matters. I am going to show how this will show a measurement when I put it to the middle position on the LS positioner for micro adjust, and then the fully unlocked position will show a measurement as well. Okay, so I was just touching the handle on the LS positioner, and you can see it showed a little bit of a movement there. So, see that? All I'm doing is touching the handle, and it's showing 2 to 3 10,000ths of an inch. Alright, here we go. Middle position. That's reading 2.25 thousandths of an inch out from the original base measurement. And fully unlocked, about 2.5 thousandths. That really makes no difference. I'm just showing it for reference. Now I'll move the entire fence. And you can see this fence does have a lot of play when it's completely unlocked. And if you pull it towards you or push it away from you, you can cant the whole fence in the track. And I want to see if, when pulled towards me fully and then locked, will it bring it back into position, or will it cause it to be out of position and make me feel what I'm feeling between the miter slot and the fence. So pull it towards me and pull it back down towards the gauge. It's touching the gauge right now. Go back, set it for 9 inches. While pulling the fence towards me. Okay. And I can focus in there. That's on the 9. Got it pulled as hard as I can towards me to throw it out of whack. Still reading 9. Now I'm going to pull it so it pulls it back into the 9-inch measurement exactly, and then lock it. And what does it read? 0.00155, so 1.5 thousandths, it's out. That's how good the repeatability is. The company guarantees a repeatability of 2 thousandths of an inch. We're at 1.5 thousandths. That's excellent. These numbers are way more than what you need for woodworking. Personally, I don't think you need anything for a critical measurement greater than 128th of an inch, which is 0.008, 8 thousandths of an inch. And that's a maximum critical I think you need for woodworking. Probably typical, a 64th is good enough. 16 thousandths of an inch. And this is repeatable right now to 1.5 thousandths. Alright, so let's unlock this again. Pull the whole fence back. Shift it the other direction. Sorry, my finger was in the way. Okay, so force it in that other direction. Bring it to the 9-inch mark. Okay, I'm on that 9-inch mark. Push that away from me, the fence that is, canting the whole positioner, and quickly shoot back. We're still at the 9-inch mark. Lock that in. Dead on 9, and we read 0.0007 inches, 7/10 of a thousandths, 7/10,000ths, excuse me. Less than 1,000th of an inch, it repeated to. Another excellent measurement, well beyond what's needed for woodworking. Okay, loosen that again. See how loose that is. Get a lot of movement when it's unlocked. Okay, without putting any force either direction on the fence, let's just put that to 9. And lock it in. There you can see we're dead on the 9-inch mark, and shows the repeatability is at 0.0115. Okay, so just over 1,000th it repeated to. 1.15 thousandths. Still excellent. Lock it again. Back to the fourth side. Shake it. Pull it towards me. And you can see the amount of movement. See how much movement you can get with this thing unlocked? Quite a bit. Alright, pull it towards me, push it into the gauge. Let's go back to that 9-inch mark. Get it back to the 9. Right there. Let's pull that fence towards me, towards the front rail as much as possible. And let's lock it in. And there, you can see we're dead on 9 inches. And we have a reading of 0.00015, a 10,000th of an inch. It repeated to. Now, just as another test, let's see how much flex I can get out of the fence when it's locked. So let's turn the extra locking mechanism that's on the front rail, tighten that down. Okay, let's reset this to 0. Okay, now I'm going to pull it towards me, the fence. See how much I can flex this thing. Getting 11 thousandths. Okay. Set that to 0 again. Push it away. It's pushed away from me. I'm getting about 6.5 thousandths of movement. Pull it towards me again. What can I get? I got even more there, about 15 thousandths. And I am pulling on this thing. So that would be about a 64th of an inch. I was able to move that. And I had to really pull on that. A lot more force than what it would normally receive passing a piece of sheet good or lumber across the table saw. Let's reset it. Let's show the back fence. Let's get this to 0 here. Okay, stabilized at 0. And I will pull the back fence towards me. Getting a lot less showing at this end, obviously, because the gauge is between the positioner main unit, the main body here, and the end of the fence, so it's not going to show as much. Push it away. Yeah, like 1 thousandths. So I'd say even the flex has very little. The fence has very little flex to it, which is excellent, in my opinion. All in all, the Incra LS positioner, I mean, it's damn accurate. More accurate than what you need for woodworking. So you got to consider, is it right for you? There's some trade-offs. Obviously, it's not going to move the same as a Biesmeyer fence. So going from one side of the blade to the other with the whole fence mechanism is a little more involved. And if you have the 52-inch model, that's even more involved than this 32-inch model, because you have to shift it down further because the positioner arm is only 32 inches long. That's all the travel you get out of it. And the fence rails, they're mounted on here the way the directions showed to get the 32 inches to the right of the blade. I believe it's 16 inches to the left of the blade, but you can move them to position it either direction as much as you want. You're not stuck with 32. Same thing with the 52-inch model. You wouldn't be stuck with 52. You could move it down further one way or the other. Well, definitely shows that my finger trying to check the alignment to the miter slot was not what I thought it was. The gauge showed it was much, much better than what I thought. Okay, hope that answers some questions. If you have any more, just let me know.